Hey, what's going on, CoinUp TV subscribers? Robert Welkner here. Going to do another review of a Shaw Brothers classic. This time it is 5 Element Ninjas, also known as Chinese Super Ninjas, also known as 5 Elements Ninjas. I don't know why it's called that. What does it say on the cover here? On the cover it says 5 Element Ninjas, so I'm going to refer to it as that. A lot of people call it 5 Elements Ninjas. Anyway, this was recently released from Shout Factory as part of their Shout Factory Shaw Brothers Collection, or Shaw Brothers Classic, Volume 4. So these come with, 2 movies together, each on their own disc. Special features. I'll talk about the disc and special features in a little bit, and I'll give my letter grade also at the end of this video. This video will contain some spoilers. It's probably going to be a little long because I'm glancing at my notes here on the screen and I'm seeing that I wrote a lot because there's a lot to say about this movie. First of all, I'll just drop it right here. This is a great movie. If you've never seen 5 Element Ninjas, seek it out, watch it, buy it, rent it, bootleg it, whatever. See this movie, watch it, it's great. Let's get to the IMDb synopsis. IMDb synopsis: a Chinese martial arts school is infiltrated and destroyed by ninjas. Tien Hiao survives the massacre and seeks to uncover the trickery of ninjutsu in order to beat the 5 Element Ninjas and avenge his family. Pretty great plot synopsis there. Here's from my notes. Starring Tien Chi Cheng and Mang, who's one of the, is Toad from the 5 Deadly Venoms, 5 Venoms, Venom Mob. Chang Wai-Man is in this, and Cheng Pei-Hsi. If I'm saying these names incorrectly, apologies. So it starts off with a sparring match between 2 leading martial arts schools, but quickly takes a turn when one of the schools introduces a Japanese swordsman or a samurai into the mix to represent their school. Basically, they're competing to see martial arts, who the best school is for, martial arts supremacy in the town here, the city. And then one of the bad guy decides, he's like, hey, all right, fight my samurai guy. The samurai guy gets beat, and before he commits suicide, kills himself, he sends out a challenge to the good martial arts school to come and face off against his ninjutsu clan and masters, ninjutsu masters. So that's kind of kicks off. That's the inciting incident, as we call it in Screenplay 101 for the story. Let me get back to my notes. Classic Shaw Brothers movie, very popular, very action heavy, with an easy to follow story. If you watch a lot of my Shaw Brothers videos, usually I complain about not being able to follow a story, being convoluted, smashing 2 or 3 stories into one movie. This doesn't have this. This is like chef's kiss. Everything functions correctly. There's introductions to stuff that has payoffs in the middle of the story, the end of the story. There's hints. There's callbacks. There's everything you need. It's a great movie. You're gonna know my lead grade when you get to the end. It's interesting to see how Chang Cheh handled ninjas and secret weapons. It's funny to see the names of the weapons and gadgets being flashed on screen when they are introduced. A lot of the stuff, they claim that it's kind of based on historic contents. It's not. A lot of it is BS and fun, but it's a movie. It's an enjoyable movie. The movie also has a bit of a romance plot, complete with backstabbing and revenge, and not to lighthearted. You'll learn a lesson if you watch this movie. Don't trust your heart. Trust your mind over your heart. Maybe there's a theme there or something. Let me know in the comments below what the theme is of this movie when it comes to the love plot. Back to my notes. Early in the film, we see how the different ninja groups like water, fire, earth, gold, and wood use stealth and trickery to beat their opponents. The ninja's leader, played by Chang Wai-Man, is cunning and crafty and a threat to the martial arts world in general. Tien Chi Cheng eventually teams up with a new master and students to help avenge his fallen comrades and former teacher. I feel like I'm skipping, a lot of this, but this is the gist of my highlights of my notes. The third act is action-packed as they vanquish the various ninja groups one at a time, eventually squaring off against their leader, played by Wai-Man. And that fight is just amazing. Something that's insane about this movie is the weapons. There's especially heroes at the end. They have these like axes that transform into like staffs with knives at the end, and then hooks and nets and things they can stand on as well, stilts as well. And that, apparently I was watching some of the special features. Apparently that was like a big thing, trying to figure out what we're going to do with these weapons. And the director and the writer and the choreographer were all kind of going back, butting their heads, trying to figure this out. And it's great to see that what they came up with sort of works. It's believable. It's fun. The choreography is excellent, action-packed, fun use of weapons all around, just even between like the claws, the ninja claws on their hands and their feet, dart guns. Just when I was a kid in the 80s, I was collecting ninja magazines and reading kung fu magazines, and I had posters on the wall of Shokazuki in my house, and I was teaching myself how to do nunchucks and throwing stars. And this movie was like the lifeblood of right in the heart of all of this. And I believe Brian Bankston was actually, he does one of the commentaries, he was actually talking about that as well, that he was kind of like all into the same stuff. I feel like we have parallel lives as kids, you know, growing up watching these on TV. And it's great to see this now on Blu-ray because the picture looks glorious, and the blood, we can kind of see them all uncut, and the blood and the gore is all retained. So that was great. I wrote in my notes here, some of the best dramatic acting by Mang, who, of course, was backstabbed and by the interest, aka Little Troublemaker. The movie is bloody, severe, severed body parts, and more. It's not for the faint of heart, although for some reason we used to watch it on TV, and a lot of the stuff got passed on TV. There's actually some mild, slight nudity as well in there. So letter grade, I'm going to give it an A. I was on the fence of giving it an A+. There is, if you're watching this, things kind of slow down a little bit, and you may sort of be like, oh man, I need some more of that ninja stuff. Let's get some more of that happening. So that's the only reason why I kind of kept it from like an A+. So it's an A. An A is a great movie. 5-element ninjas. Thank you, Shout Factory, for releasing this. So we got a lot of stuff on the Blu-ray here. We've got the commentary by James Mooj, a veteran Hong Kong film critic. He does a delightful commentary. His is a little bit on the fly, kind of commenting on what's going on in the story, a little backstory here and there with some of the actors. And then you get film historian Brian Bankston does the commentary. I would say that Brian Bankston's been doing some of these commentaries now, and they seem to get better and better as we go. But something that Brian's doing recently is he seems to be eating or drinking or sucking on a lollipop or snacking on potato chips or something during these commentaries. Brian, if you're watching this, much love to you. Please do not ever eat while you're recording audio commentary. Again, that's a little bit of a downvote from me. But the information is all there, and it's interesting sort of hearing like his take on like, you know, how this movie was like part of his childhood as well. And I was just like, yes, I'm right there with you. We were probably collecting the same ninja magazines as well. What else was on here? Interview with actor Chang Cheh, and Enter the Ninjas, interview with David West. So that was kind of cool seeing David West talking about some of the different weapons. There's some trailers on there. I know Invincible Asia has been doing like reviews of the Shaw Brothers, and when he's talking, he just holds the disc right in front of his face. I'm trying not to do that. If you're watching that, my buddy, don't block your face. We want to see the gold. Okay, this video is very long. It's not quite 10 minutes yet, but it's getting close. I better wrap it up. Just watch this movie. See this movie, watch it over and over again. Every year, watch it. It's amazing. It's great. One of the Shaw Brothers classics, one of Chang Cheh's classics out there. 1982 was one of his last sort of movies before wrapping things up at Shaw Brothers. Dude was, I don't know how old he was when he made this, but he made a great movie in his twilight years towards the end of the Shaw Brothers contract and the Shaw Brothers studios. I mean, a few years later, Shaw Brothers was kind of like dissolved basically from movie making, and it's crazy to see how how things went out with sort of a bang, towards the end. So anyway, thanks a bunch. Subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends, share. Troll, don't troll, whatever. We'll see you next time.